This is our 2019 Keystone Bullet 330 BHS. It's an ultralight. Now it's the 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath bunkhouse. So the total length on it's 39 feet, about 6-7 inches, and that's from the tongue all the way to the back of the back tire. You can see that here right over my shoulder. With that being said, that is much longer than what most people can see out of their towing mirrors, and so I decided to put on a backup camera. Now this is the type of backup camera that goes on the license plate. I've used it one time from basically towing the trailer from the Seattle area down to just on the west side of Portland, and it just didn't work that great. And there's multiple reasons that it didn't work that great, but it really didn't show me as much as I wanted to see on the back of the trailer. So I'm going to go ahead and install this camera here. Now this camera was provided to me by the same manufacturer that I bought this one from on Amazon. And the reason that they sent me this one was because they had contacted me and said, hey, you know, we offer a second one for free, and that would be this one. And I said, you know, it's really not working for me. Here's the issues. They went ahead and said, you know what? Let us send you the upgraded camera with the upgraded monitor, and let's see if that one works. So join me as I install this on our 2019 trailer, and hopefully this one will work great. Okay everyone, so I want to go over some of these parts and pieces of this new upgraded backup camera, and I should also mention that this is going to be an observation camera as well. So the screen should be on 100% of the time while I'm driving down the road. It's great for seeing traffic behind you, changing lanes, backing up as well. So let's go over some of these parts and pieces now. Now, as you saw, this is the actual camera. This cord here, the red one is for the power, and then this black one is actually a pairing button. So that's actually a button right there. You have two power cords here, power cables. One is for the camera itself. The other one is actually for the monitor if you wanted to hardwire that into your truck. Now this is a 12-volt quote-unquote cigarette lighter adapter that also will plug into the monitor. This is what I'll be using. It's actually nice. It has a button right on it to turn the monitor on and off when you're not using the when you're not towing down the road and using your backup observation camera. This is the mount for the camera, or excuse me, this is the mount for the screen, along with a double-sided sticky pad. This is what I plan on using to mount it in my truck. This is the screen itself. There's the connector for the power, and then this is a 7-inch screen as well. And this screen, I believe, can also take 2 cameras, and that's something that I'll look forward to maybe possibly doing in the future if I decide that this one's working for me. This right here, this is a secondary antenna that can come off of the camera itself, and I'm going to plan on using this. I'm not exactly sure where I can mount this on the trailer yet, because this is actually magnetic, and as we know, most trailers these days are mainly fiberglass and plastic. Some other little just parts and pieces here. This is for mounting the monitor in the truck. 2 other antennas, the wire connectors for connecting the camera to the wires on your trailer, and then some screws. Now I will not be using these screws to mount it, to mount the camera on the back of my trailer, and that's because, as you know, most trailers don't have any backing in them, and so I actually have already pulled off the existing Furrion mount on the back of my trailer and found that there is a stud right directly behind that, so I'm going to try to actually screw into the stud. Okay, we're in the truck now, and I'm going to go over the pieces to actually mount the monitor here in the truck. Now, of course, we have the monitor itself, and this is the power cord for it. As I mentioned when we were outside, this is the 12-volt power cable for it with the power button, I guess it would be, on the end of it. The antenna for the monitor. This is the base plate that actually will go into or mount onto the dash with double-sided tape. And then this is the actual mount that mounts between the monitor and then this dash mount, or we'll call it the base plate. So, would be nice if they provided some instructions for it. They actually don't, but I found out by doing this already and then putting it back so I could show you guys that if you unscrew this and pull this bolt out, pull these apart, these actually clip into here like this. I'm trying to show this on camera as best as possible. And this goes on back on this side. It's not really very difficult, it just took me a second to actually fully figure out what they wanted you to do here. So this goes on there like that. You screw this on, and then the tighter that you make this nut, it's going to hold this articulating piece in place for the monitor. And this actually mounts on the back of the monitor. And so how that works is it slides onto the back like this. And you tighten this down, and it holds your monitor in whatever position you'd like. So if I loosen that nut, I can move the monitor, and when I tighten the nut, the monitor's in place. Okay, sorry about that pause in the video. I actually forgot the double-sided sticky pad outside. So I'm going to peel off one side of this. Basically, it just works the same as any double-sided sticky pad that you've probably used in your trailer already. Good idea for mounting stuff on the walls. 3M, good products. Not sponsored by them. Would love for them to sponsor us, as we've used plenty of their products. So pull that piece off, and then this is going to mount onto the dash. Now I want to play with this here a little bit and really decide where I want this to go, just so you guys can see what I'm looking at. And you know, you don't want this to block your vision, you don't want this to block your view out the windshield, as that could be a safety hazard. So I'm going to lightly just rest that there. I haven't pressed it down all the way yet. Now my phone sits here, and I don't have my phone in my pocket because I didn't want it ringing while I'm doing the video. But, you know, I'm not sure about that spot. If I put it over there, my phone would still sit here. If I put it up here, that's really blocking my vision. You know, I've tried to take this off already. It's suction cup and double-sided tape. It's stuck on there. It's not coming off. You know, honestly, I think I'm going to put it here. Because, again, this is a backup observation camera. I want to be able to see this while I'm going down the road. And then my phone will mount there. I'll be able to still see my phone if it rings going down the road, and I'll still be able to see the monitor itself. What will kind of annoy me a little bit is I'll see a little bit of the cable, the power cable coming across the dash, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is, and now, as I said, I've had a different backup camera mounted on the trailer, And on that other backup camera, what I did was I fished the wire behind the dash. Plan on doing the same thing on this one. So give me one second. I might be off the camera here for a minute. But give me 1 second to fish that behind the dash. Now I have a 12-volt splitter down here, because I have multiple things plugged in. And the whole idea was to get a backup observation camera for the truck, or excuse me, for the trailer. So I needed someplace else to plug that in. Now just running it behind the dash keeps it a little bit cleaner. I'd really like to tuck it right here into this crease that you see in the dash. And I tell you what, if someone gives me a great idea on how to do that, post it in the YouTube comments, send us an email via our website, put it on Instagram. You can see that we have signal. Put it on Instagram of how you would suggest that I do that. I've tried earthquake putty, didn't hold the wire there with the previous backup observation camera that I had. And I tell you what, if someone gives me a good idea and it actually works, I would choose one of those good ideas. Send me your address and we will send you one of our new Traveling Larson's vinyl stickers that we are going to receive in the mail this week. So I'm going to just kind of tidy this up a little bit. As I said, I tried the earthquake putty. Didn't really work. I know I'm probably being a little picky on how this is, but I'd really just like that tucked in there nice and neat. Kind of be a little CDO. I heard that's the extreme form of OCD, because the letters have to be in alphabetical order. So we have power to the monitor. Let's go ahead and stop the video, and we will see you outside when we connect the truck to the trailer and see if we actually have signal. Okay, so the camera's working now. You can see that by the video on the monitor. And I'm going to go over something that I forgot to do. This is the secondary power cord, so I'm going to use this as my example. Now, this part plugs into the camera, and then these two wires go into a plug. And this right here is that plug. You got to strip these wires before you put it in the plug. So you strip the wire, and then you put it in the plug here. You get it in there, and that's probably strip it maybe 1/4 inch. And you put it in there until it gets about, halfway into this plug. And there's a little metal connector inside there. And then once it's in there, you crimp that wire down with a pair of needle nose pliers. Now I forgot to strip the wire, so it didn't work. These plugs are one-time use. So these plugs are for the wire, the power wire that comes with it. This clamp here actually clamps over your existing wire in your trailer, or in my case I took off the center running light at the top of the trailer, fished the wire through the Furrion gasket, because there was already an existing wire that went through that gasket, pulled that wire out, fished my power wire for my camera through that gasket, up the wall, took off that center running light, clamped 2 of these around the wires for that, so 1 on each wire. Clamp these around that wire for the center running light, and then what you do is you take that plug and you plug it in. Now obviously the wire would be in there, and you plug it in like so. Now you gotta strip the wire first. I thought that when you clamped it down, it actually pierced the wire. Now I should know better because I already installed a previous backup camera on the trailer. It was the license plate mount kind, but it had the same setup with the plug and the clamp and the same wire. With these being only one-time use, I was not able to fix it. I tried. Luckily for me, there was a wire nut. There was 2 wire nuts there, basically pulling all those running lights together into a wire nut into the main wiring for the trailer. So I stripped the wires and I tied these wires for the power cord into those existing wire nuts. I'm not sure which way is better. I think it's 6 of one and a half dozen of another. But with that being said, the camera works, the monitor works. That is going to be all for this installation video. If you have any questions about how I installed this, please feel free to reach out to me. More than happy to share my trials and tribulations with you. As I said, it's working now. That's what matters for me. The real test will be towing it down the road and making sure that this one doesn't cut out. I did check and it works when I have the turn signals on and when I tap the brakes. So it's not cutting out like the last one did, obviously, because this one is tied into some different wiring in the trailer. Go ahead and check out our website at thetravelinglarsons.com. Check out our Instagram page, check out our Pinterest page, and of course, always check out our YouTube channel for new videos coming every week. This will be the first of several how-to videos that I will be doing. If there's something that you want to know, if there's something you want to know how to do, I'm more than happy to do a video on it. If it's something that I have done or that I will be doing, you can go ahead and email me, put it in the comments. Always happy to learn new things and do new things on the trailer. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I appreciate you joining me tonight.